Good evening and welcome to Omnibros My name is Omnidog from Omnidog's Vault on YouTube. And with me, as usual, my co-host, fabulous Ryley Mo, the Omnibus collector himself. Ryley, how's it going, buddy?
It's going really well. It's going very nicely.
Going nicely, okay. Still got the strong beard game going, I see.
Yeah, it's been a little bit since I've trimmed it, so it's coming to that point now, and I've let my hair grow out way too long, so I need to get that cut at some point too. I'm looking,
You
I'm
could get,
looking like high school Ryley.
you could get like a Superman S going on your forehead there. See, now you look completely different.
Yeah, and I,
Take your glasses off. Yeah.
and now I'm Superman, and now I'm Clark Kent.
Holy smoke, I barely recognize you.
You goddamn right. So what's going on? I
Well,
haven't been
first
on the
of
show
all,
since what was last
oh,
Monday?
I guess you were on a week ago Monday, yeah, when I was flying back from Vegas.
Yeah, me and Omar did our show real quick, and then I don't know what y'all did for the rest of the week because I was out of town um, for the
Um,
holiday.
I think we did a Wednesday show. We did a Wednesday night show, I think.
I was packing. Um, how was your holiday?
It was good, thank you. It was just the three of us, my wife and daughter and I. We went out to dinner. There's no family really of ours around here, so we just said we're not going to make a big thing of food and everything and spend all day cleaning it up. So we just went out to dinner, um, and then came back and started playing more Horizon Zero Dawn, which is now like my daughter's and my life. That game rules.
You're definitely playing the wrong game, though.
I'm gonna have to play Red Dead myself. She was too bored by it, but I'll play it myself because
You gotta push through the kind of tutorial area at the beginning, and once you get
okay.
past that, it's really like I described it before as you much like life itself, it is what you make it. um, you
Right.
can be engrossed in certain areas of the game and decide to purely play with the story like my wife did, or you can immerse yourself in the world and do a ton of other stuff like my wife is doing now that she's beaten the game. um, I need to start up my own file and just play it myself because I basically watched her and only absorbed parts of the story. But it's very emotional, and you can pet dogs.
Oh, I like that.
So you can make your own dog jealous. And my dog, Millie, loves watching it being played.
That's amazing.
She'll put her snout on the edge of the couch and watch my wife playing it. She's intent like she's intensely watching too. She likes it. She watches TV with us too. I've asked my wife if she thinks that she can read the subtitles since she can't hear it. She's like, I think she can. I think she can read. So,
Mm.
anyway, uh, did you happen to benefit from Black Friday at all, or get any Cyber Monday comic deals?
I did from InStockTrades.com, where you can get up to 50% off your collected editions. Loyalty discounts add 2% to that. There's always a quarterly OmniBros code. Orders over $50 in the United States gets you free shipping, fabulous service, and fabulous packaging. That's InStockTrades.com. And yes, I just got a box in. I just got my Black Friday box in. I ordered it
Nice.
Saturday, and it already came in today, Thursday. So they ain't slacking there, man. They're pumping the stuff out, and I went pretty darn hard on my Black Friday Cyber Monday book.
What were the specials? They had an extra few percent off on the big two or something.
Yeah, they had like 3% off the big two. Then they had 7% off on IDW on Saturday. That's what I was waiting for because there was a Disney Christmas comic strip collection from like starting in the 60s going through the 80s. And I really wanted that. And so I got an extra 7% off on that. Um, and then there were two manga days. I think Sunday and Monday were the manga publishers. And the independent guys got extra percentages off on Friday and Saturday. It was like, in my experience, that's like the biggest sale I've ever seen, I think, on IST.
And I feel like in years past that Black Friday for comics has not been the most exciting.
Right.
And a lot of people, will say, and I even said this year, like, you're not going to find a lot of deals that are better than what IST regularly offers anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So don't try and spend too much time. But there were some things I saw pop up. Like I remember seeing members sharing links to Amazon of books that had been deeply discounted, ridiculously discounted, and then IST of course has all of their stuff. So it was a good Black Friday for comics. Very unexpected. I didn't order anything myself. My Black Friday consisted of, as it always does, going to Target and buying Christmas gifts for my nieces and nephews, and then buying a few small things for me. We bought a Bluetooth speaker that was really nice from Best Buy, a few movies on Blu-ray for $6.99 or whatever they were, like Deadpool 2, Avengers 3, Blade Runner, Electric Boogaloo, and a couple of others. And then we got that board game, the one where you put the plastic thing in your mouth and you try and say things. So we could play that with the kids when we were out in Dallas.
I don't know that game.
It makes you put it in your mouth and it does your jaw or your teeth or lips or whatever like this. You can't move your lips while you're talking, and it comes with cards and you have to say certain things, and the cards are things that are hard to say without moving your lips and stuff like that. So it's a fun little game. Definitely could have turned it into a drinking game if we wanted, but we were playing with the kids and I don't drink much anyway, so it didn't go that way. But I'm glad that you had a good holiday. That's really awesome.
Yeah, it was really good.
I had a nice...
I'll be playing more Red Dead myself this week.
Good.
Yeah, what's left of the week. And how about you? You went to Houston?
Dallas. I went to see my wife's family out there because that's where the kids are, so she wanted to spend time with them. And she's going back for Christmas.
Right.
She's going back for the week of, but I'm going to be left behind. So unless something changes logistically, I will be spending Christmas in Austin alone.
I'm so sorry, dude. If I was a bachelor, I'd fly out there and hang out with you.
It's, it is what it is. It happens, I guess, to everyone at some point. But I'm going to try and make it out to Houston. It just logistically, what I mean is if I get an extra day off, then I might be able to make the drive to go to Houston. It's just difficult by myself with the two dogs in the car. But whatever. Yeah. Anyway, comic book stuff. So we're doing Mad Libs, superhero Mad Libs today.
Yeah.
Which is fun. And you said that I can complain about controversies, but I can't. I'm trying to think about something to complain about. And usually I'm good at that. But
we do have the most fun hate episodes, you and I.
I will say I'm annoyed that there was such a strong rumor that the Avengers trailer was going to come out, and it didn't come out. And I'm mostly annoyed, not because I didn't get to see a trailer, because that whatever. I just want to know what the hell the title's going to be.
Yeah.
At this point, so that's kind of annoying. I'm not terribly upset. I'll get over it. I'm mad at Boom for shorting stock on the Power Rangers thing. They did IST dirty. That was rude. It really, like, I felt for that. I got the email from them saying that they didn't have it in stock. I'm like, man, that, I feel bad because I know a lot of people ordered from them, and it really stinks. So I'm kind of bummed about that. Fortunately, the book was available via Amazon and like Walmart and stuff. So I ordered a copy and it came in good condition and all that. So I'm not angry. I'm just kind of, bummed with Boom for shorting that. Or would that go on Diamond, I guess, or does Boom go through Diamond? I
I
don't
think
know.
it does, yeah. And I'm surprised that as much as people are sick of talking about Conan, I'm surprised that Conan the Cimmerian and King Conan Omnibus or Colossal King Conan were basically sold out as soon like the day of.
I think
I
like
don't
King
know.
Conan didn't even make it on there.
I don't think it did.
I didn't see it, but I'm fortunate. I'm fortunate in that those were not books that I was concerned with. I don't particularly
Right.
have much interest in Conan. I will be acting hypocritically in buying all of the Marvel Conan Omnis, but that's because I have a very big interest in those creators, including like Barry Windsor Smith.
That's going to be a great collection. The
That'll
Roy
be
Thomas,
fun.
Barry Windsor Smith stuff.
Okay, so superhero Mad Libs, what do you got? Is it
I
DC?
have
Is it
I
is it
have both.
Marvel?
I have Avengers Mad
Oh,
Libs and also DC superhero Mad Libs. So we can do one of each or 10 of each or whatever you want to do. Um, yeah, we can do whatever you want, one from each thing. And
I think we should let the people in the chat throw out suggestions,
as to what we want to do or word suggestions.
word suggestions.
Okay.
And I don't know how we choose. So I want to do at least one by myself, but or one with my words, but I don't know how we would choose individually who we pick from. Maybe like whoever's we think is the funniest or something. But I guess we can start with me doing one just in case anyone does not know how Mad Libs works.
Yeah.
Let's start with the Marvel one.
Marvel one. Okay. You have your choices of Black Widow Strikes, The Great Gold Steel. Okay. Topsy Turvy. Let me see who the. Let me get a good one that has like lots of superheroes in it.
A lot of nouns, so I can just say penis over and over. Adjective, penisly.
Here we go. Emergency landing. So let's see. This is called is Avengers Emergency Landing.
Okay.
First, I need an adjective. That's a descriptive word.
I'm trying to think of a good one, man. I don't want to
We have a
make
lot of
this.
adjectives in this, so you'll have a chance.
Fortuitously.
I don't think that fits.
You don't fit.
You want me to use that?
Is that an adverb?
I think that's an adverb. Yeah.
I always got those confused.
Adverb. There's an adverb right after adjective.
Or,
Why don't I
okay,
use
just fortuitous.
fortuitously? Okay, adjective is descriptive. So
Well, I take off the ly and fortuitous is an adjective.
oh. Okay, now give me an adverb.
Fabulously.
This. Verb.
Present tense, I guess.
Yeah. Verb is an action word for those of you.
Yeah, flatulate.
Okay, now a verb ending in ing.
Caressing.
Okay, a place.
A place.
A place.
Kokomo.
An adverb.
Mm, no, that's not an adverb. I don't think it is.
Just anything with an ly, I think.
Like sassily.
Yeah. Okay, that fits.
Okay.
Adjective.
Fierce.
Another adjective.
Porous.
Ooh, good word. Noun. Person, place, or thing.
I have problems with those. Uvula.
Plural noun. Trigonosis says we've officially run out of show topic ideas.
This is an idea.
Yeah.
Didn't you come up with this idea?
I don't think so. I think maybe Gabe or Geo did.
And then all of them abandoned us because we could be having like this whole like battle here trying to figure out who gets the best word in.
Right.
But then everyone decided that they were gonna peace out. What am I thinking about?
Plural noun.
Slippers.
Adjective.
Colorful.
Noun.
Long johns. Long john? Thermal underwear?
Plural noun.
Plural noun?
Yeah.
Compasses.
And another plural noun.
Grapevines.
And last but not least, an adjective.
Is cherished. Does that work? I know.
Yeah.
That's an adjective.
Okay. This is called Avengers Emergency Landing by Ryley Moore. The Avengers were flying in the fortuitous SHIELD helicarrier when it fabulously lost power to its engines. Captain America took command.
Oh, hold on. My wife is yelling for me.
Uh-oh. If there's a Fangirlz Assemble Mad Libs, then they're totally out of ideas and they're stealing our ideas. Trigonosis. As a matter of fact, I might be picking you as the player from the chat to play. So get your know the show didn't jump the shark again. Jesse, say what? Gosh darn you! We just thought it'd be fun. Trigonosis, do you have a good command of the English language? Do you want to be the player from the chat, or should we get somebody smart like Kemi Jacob? Okay, after this, we'll have you be the guy. Make sure you know what adverbs and adjectives and nouns are, plural nouns, verbs, things like that. Yeah, we won't be sending Mark Wade this episode to try and get him on the show.
All right, sorry, my dog decided to eat light bulbs again.
Eat light bulbs?
Again.
Wow.
Yeah. It's like, you ever see those like reality TV shows and people eat weird things and they're like, I like to smash a light bulb and eat the little pieces like it's a potato chip.
Yeah. Okay, the Avengers were flying in the fortuitous SHIELD helicarrier when it fabulously lost power to its engines. Captain America took command. Thor and Iron Man, you have to try to flatulate our fall. Oh. Iron Man flew underneath the caressing ship and put all of his suit's power into his boot jets. Thor flew back to Kokomo and sassily swung his fierce hammer so that it created a porous funnel of air to break the ship's fall. Meanwhile, on board the Uvula, Falcon was examining the engines. Hey, I think I found the problem. Someone's blocked the slippers. Leave that to me, Hawkeye said. Using colorful precision and aim, Hawkeye shot his arrows into the ship's long johns, unblocking its compasses. Power returned to the helicarrier's grapevines, and it began to rise back into the air. Cherished work, Avengers.
Eat your heart out, Daniel Way.
Oh, Trigonosis was a grammar tutor in college. So I've chosen Trigonosis as the Trigonosis. Do you want to do DC or Marvel? And we'll do one more of these before we completely jump the shark, as Jesse said we've done. Haiku, great story, would read again.
10 out of 10. I'd pay $4.99 for that issue.
I thought the story was okay, but the art needs a little work.
I would like someone to animate that. Or not animate, but like draw. Yeah, half of that actually made sense, and then the rest of it, the other half, I was like, what the fuck?
Let me pick a good one for Trigonosis.
I wonder if this is how they, like, you know, pick the plots for some of the books.
Yeah.
Is they just, it's basically the equivalent of throwing darts at a board that has, like, a plot outline on it, and you're just like, all right, everybody, this is the Spidey Brain Trust. This is during the time when there was like 5 creators on there. Someone had the Spider-Man Mad Libs book. A goblin character gets pregnant with the child of whoever. Their secret identity is...
Hey, is that a Red Goblin storyline any good?
I enjoyed it. It's a really solid conclusion to Dan Slott's run. Adjective goblin is color goblin mixed with symbiote character.
Oh.
These are the blanks, and you get to fill it in. Insert symbiote identity character here.
Trigonosis, I need a place. The name of a place. And I also will... Trigonosis is going to put his answers in caps, and he said that the chat can help out too. So we're looking for a place. And now we know how serious the lag is between us and the chat.
10 minutes. We'll be sitting here all night.
I should just... Yeah, Kimmy, good one. Okay, now I need an adjective. That's a descriptive word. An adjective, a descriptive word. Come on, Trigonosis, you grammar tutor, you.
I learned grammar from Schoolhouse Rock.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, lolly, 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 get your adverbs here.
Okay, Trigonosis, pick a person in the chat.
What does the actual thing say? Someone in the room?
Person in room, male.
Oh.
So we need the name of a person in the chat. Phenomena. Do 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 do. Phenomena. Do 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 do. Phenomena. Do 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 do. Phenomena. Do do do. Phenomena. Do 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 do. Okay, Kimmy Jacob. A verb. We need a verb.
Thrust.
That actually...
That's my suggestion. He can go with it if he wants.
It's too good. It like fits the thing perfectly, so...
And not in a humorous way?
No. In a really dull way.
Captain America thrust his shield.
Right. I need a verb, gentlemen and possible ladies. Burp. Okay, that works. Now I need another adjective.
Captain America burp his shield.
I'll use fornicate for the next verb.
I like it. I tried to not go in that way. Like, yeah. I was actively trying to be like, let's not do it. Let's not do it. It's hard. It's very hard. That's what she said.
That's what she said. So I need an adjective, people. Descriptive word.
Penis, penis, fart, fart. Fuckily, fucking. Like that. It's hard to not just go into it.
Salacious. Good word.
Like Salacious Crumb? Yeah. From Star Wars?
Right. A noun. I need a noun from someone in the chat. Trigonosis or anybody. Poop. Okay, that's fine. I need an adjective again.
Is Batman an adjective?
Yeah, he kind of is. It works.
Well, I guess like I have a Batman book, I have a Batman shirt, I have a Batman
Yeah.
hand soap bottle.
Well, while you guys are working on an adjective, I also need a number.
It's either 69 or 420. There's no in between or beyond. It's just the two. Maybe 666, depending on the
Yeah,
context.
I like 420. So I'll put 420. I'm still waiting for an adjective. Feral, okay. A verb ending in ing. Oh, all of a sudden everybody's coming up with numbers, but I can't get a verb ending in ing. Come
I'm
on,
not
you guys.
looking at the chat 9.
You guys can do better than that. Everybody's got a number, but you can't give me a verb ending in ing.
Wherever I go, I thermostat to 69. It's honestly, it's the best temperature, and I can just click it. Nice. Because I'm 12, just in case, you know. Oh. Whoa.
Okay, everybody, here's what you've been waiting for. A part of the body.
Belly button. I mean, you don't have to use that, but it's too easy.
Winning. Charlie Sheen fan right there. Winning. I like Efren's one.
What is it?
Earlobe.
That's a good one.
Okay, here's another good one you guys will like. Exclamation. Trigon knows this. Emily's mom might be watching. I can't use that.
Krakoom. That's an onomatopoeia. Never mind.
Oh.
They can come up with something better.
Yeah, what's an exclamation?
You didn't laugh at my joke yesterday in our chat when I posted all the pictures of my X-Men figures and they were lying down and I said Fall of the Mutants.
Oh, I was already in bed.
None of y'all laughed at... Okay, I'm going to make the joke again. Fall of the Mutants.
Crikey.
I haven't...
That is funny, but I was already in sleep, so I didn't see it. I went to bed early. Last night I went to bed at 10 and I got up at 4 this morning. That's been my schedule. It's been crazy. Oh, Baba Booey. That's what I should use. Good one. Good one, Taylor Brown.
Is hit him with the hind
That's similar.
Is that all one exclamation?
Yeah. Hit him with the hind. And let's see. I need a type of food. Kelly Clarkson. You know what? I might use that Kelly Clarkson as a type of food. I think I will. Okay. Okay, and I need...
Because she's a snack.
Yeah, she's a snack. I need 2 more adjectives. 2 more adjectives. Those are... what are adjectives? Descriptive words.
Oh man, Josh is showing me the coolest freaking figures right now.
How?
How he linked me on my Facebook cover photo.
Oh,
Yeah, I don't have $235.
moist. Okay, thank you, Christian. Uncanny. Nah, that's too good. And I need a noun also. I need an adjective and a noun, and then we'll be done with this fakakta game. Creamy. Okay, one more thing. Noun.
What part of speech? Fakakta. Is that an adjective?
That's the Yiddish part of speech.
I think it wouldn't that be an adjective?
Yeah, I think you're right. It is descriptive.
Is there another adjective
Frost
left?
top.
You should throw fakakta if there's another adjective in there.
I'll change it out. Okay. This one's all about Thor.
We're going to be Thor by the end of this.
Thor. Oh, that's so funny. Battle of the Bridge. The Avengers in Battle of the Bridge. Mad Libs here on OmniBroslive. And wow, we really haven't lost that many viewers. That's impressive. We just gained a viewer.
You're holding people in just anticipation to find out what they've been working on for the past 15 minutes or whatever. And it's fakakta.
Fakakta.
Fakakta. I'm gonna say not like you just taught me the word, but now I want to say it everywhere.
Right.
I never hear it in context. So
this is called Battle of the Bridge. Between the local hot dog cart and Asgard, home of Thor, lies the Rainbow Bridge. It is guarded by Thor's friend, the brave and smelly warrior, Kemi Jacob. But when the frost giants wanted to burp the bridge to attack Earth, even salacious Heimdall had
hit him with a
Heimdall had to put out a call for help. I stand by you with Mjolnir in the poop of Earth, Thor said. Thor threw his feral hammer and sent 420 giants stroking to the ground. But before the hammer returned to him, a giant earlobe closed around Thor and lifted it into the air. With a loud cry of Baba Booey, Heimdall's fakakta sword shattered the giant as though he were made of Kelly Clarkson. That made the rest of the giants fornicate with fear. Thor said, "You destroyed their creamy leader and saved me. You make me proud to call you Frost Top." That was pretty good.
His fakakta sword.
Yeah, his fakakta sword as though he were made of Kelly Clarkson.
It sounds like you are an old Jewish grandfather.
That's right.
You get home from the movie. Like, I don't understand how his fakakta sword opens up the colorful bridge thing.
I love Aiku. Great story. Would listen again.
Artwork could still use some work, but
yeah,
we're encroaching into Bendis territory now. I think we've moved a level up.
So do we want to talk about, I know we usually talk about stuff we've read on Mondays, but I never get to find out what you've been reading then, because you don't appear usually on Monday. You might be on this Monday show because we're reviewing Cable X Force Warrior Shot or whatever that book is. What's that book called?
Cable Soldier X, you fakakta old man. You just had to give it the most difficult ever. Yeah, you don't hear about what I read because I don't read comics. I just buy them.
Right. That sounds like me. You definitely read tons of comics. You are one of the most voracious reader of comics I know. Did you hit your sound? There you go.
Okay, sorry. I've been spending the past couple weeks at the excuse me, at the fault of Sherlock, of Alex, trying to catch up on the JoJo's Bizarre Adventure anime. So that's been taking up a lot of my time, and I won't talk for forever about that because I could talk forever about that. But I'm for those who know anything about it, I finally got through and finished part 4. I'd been delaying on that for a while, and I'm in part 5 right now, and I'm just loving how goddamn fabulous all of these men are. I've been a JoJo acolyte, if you will, since about '05 or so. So it's nice to start getting into the stuff that goes beyond part 3, which is where I started with, since that's what was published in the US. So anyway, enough about that. In between watching episodes of that, I did read a few volumes of manga as well as a bunch of single issues of comics. Single issues of comics, I don't exactly remember anything that stood out. Like usually, if there's a new #1, the new Uncanny X-Men, the weekly with the trio of creators Rosenberg, Brisson, and Thompson. I read the first 2 issues of that. I think the third one came out yesterday. It has been really solid in those first 2 issues. I
That's
think
good to
that
hear.
it should be well accessible for new X-Men readers, while at the same time being very rewarding if you've been a long-time reader, especially if you past year or so, uh, because it kind of works with the teams and characters that have been in rotation for the past year or so. So it's a lot of fun thus far, going into interesting places, looking at like descriptions and covers for the rest of this intro, first 10 or 12 issues, whatever it is, of the first arc. It's looking like it's going to turn out to be something really fun, at the very least fun, if not, really good.
Nice.
And then after that, we get, I think it's Rosenberg that takes over solo with artwork by Salvador Larroca, which makes sure that he gives an extra finger to Wolverine.
Oh, did
So that's
he
nice.
drop a finger recently?
He drew an extra finger. If you look at the cover to issue like whatever 11 or 13, whatever the first issue that's just by Rosenberg, his fist has 5 fingers and a thumb, and then his thumb has like an extra nail on the knuckle. And his claws are coming straight out of his knuckles. They're not coming out from between. They're coming out of his knuckles. And it's like, dude, you've been working in mainstream comics for how long now? And you've drawn the X-Men how many times? I don't know who let that slide, but it's pretty funny. I'm hoping that they don't edit it and that we get that cover on the stands so that I can honestly, I hope that they don't edit it, #1, and #2, they release one of the posters like that size, and I will buy that shit and put Wolverine's fist out and frame it and stick it on my wall above all my Wolverine comics, because it's history in the making, I tell you.
And then put a
Anyway,
sword through it and call it your art project.
you got it. I found all my old artwork, and I found that it's in the attic now, but I found that canvas.
Oh, you
it's
did?
got a little. I did. It's got a little slit in it. It's all red, and it just has a tiny little
sword.
slit from the sword. It was a clean cut. Anyway, I read some. If I think of another issue that popped up, I'll mention it. But I read new volumes of a couple of manga. Demon Slayer Volume 3. This one has progressively been getting better and better with each book. It's a real quick read each time I grab each volume I get. Pretty action-packed, interesting artwork. Not too much to say there. Dr. Stone really shaping up to be something special. I'm excited to be continuing with this series. This is volume 2. Really great artwork, really interesting story. Basically, everyone on Earth turned inexplicably into stone thousands of years ago, and now, in the year umpteen thousand something something, there a couple of people have slowly been cracking out of the stone cocoons that they are encased in. Actually, they showed that you turn completely into stone, but something makes it turn kind of into a cocoon until it shatters and you can come out. And this guy has decided that with his knowledge of science, that he is going to rebuild society and bring them back to where society was year 2000 and whatever 18, whenever it takes place, or whenever the start of the series takes place. So it's a lot of fun. Interesting characters, interesting story, and stuff like that. I don't know if I'd say highlight, but was definitely something. Dragon Ball Z, or Dragon Ball, that time I got reincarnated. For fans of the series, you would know Yamcha is the human character introduced early in Dragon Ball, who teams up and joins Goku throughout the rest of Z as part of his Z Fighters, one of his really good old friends. However, because of the power scaling in the series, Goku and many other characters leave Yamcha in the dust, and he winds up being one of the weak guys. Pretty humiliating deaths. One of his most well-known deaths being against the Cybermen, as they're known in the English dub of the anime. They basically blow him up and leave him for dead in a crater, and it's a common joke with the Dragon Ball Z fans that basically he's just useless. So this dude, the whole story here, it's similar to that time I got reincarnated as a slime. He dies and he gets reincarnated into the series. He gets reincarnated into the Dragon Ball Z world. He finds out that he's Yamcha, but he uses his knowledge of Yamcha's character and of the Dragon Ball Z world as a whole to make himself stronger than Yamcha has any right to frickin' be. So it's really fun to kind of see this workaround, and it's got really fun characters, really interesting ideas, and the artwork he emulates Toriyama's style almost to a T, and it's really fun because you can see not only is he great at emulating Toriyama's style, but the early pages in the book, Gator, Dragon Garo Lee, has his own style. So he's not just a copycat. He does have his own style that he draws in. It's just when he gets into the actual stories or in the DBZ world is when he changes it. Has a great sense of humor. Really obviously understands these characters. It's a quick read. It's a $10 book. You can get it for about $7 on IST. So I'm going to give that as a good stocking stuffer, or if you need free shipping, add that to your order, and it's a nice little chuckle. But that's off the top.
I missed that because I had to kill a wasp in here.
Oh no, that's okay. I know you don't really care about the Dragon Balls, but
I don't know a thing about Dragon Ball Z. I knew absolutely nothing about what you were saying, but I was focused like a laser on killing this wasp. It was starting to fly close to my face. And he shouldn't even be
focused as well.
He shouldn't even be alive right now. We've had several super cold mornings. Like Frosty. They should already be dead.
Probably got inside your house before it was cold, or as it was starting to get cold.
You're probably exactly right.
But yeah, that's everything off the top of my head. I know, like I said, I've read a lot of single issues, but nothing that stood out as anything particularly exciting, mostly because I've read a lot from the past 3 weeks. I'm very behind on my single issue reading. So next time I'll probably have more to say about new singles. Jess, yourself, what about your reads?
Let's see. I read well, I already filed it, but I read Tom King's Batman Deluxe Volume 2, The War of Jokes and Riddles. That was great. I enjoyed that. I read Monstrous Volume 3. This morning I read Batman White Knight, which I found to be tremendous. I thought this was really well thought out, really had a lot of good characterization in there of the characters. I thought he did a good job selling me on the Joker going straight, and then, well, I don't want to give too much away, but the Joker goes straight and tries to prove that the real Batman, the real menace in Gotham City is Batman, and he does a good job of doing that. And it's Sean Gordon Murphy's writing and artwork, and of course he's got those pointy noses that he's famous for and pointy chins. But I really enjoyed this book. I didn't know what I know it's going to come out in an absolute next year or big giant deluxe something, but I just couldn't wait. I'd heard too many good things about this book, and so I had to get it in paperback. And I really liked it. I thought it was good. I enjoyed the whole thing.
I was honestly surprised they didn't go straight to deluxe with it.
Yeah, that's a good point. Let's see. I already talked about these on Monday. So I read this morning A Study in Emerald, which is by Neil Gaiman and Raphael Albuquerque. And it's basically if Sherlock Holmes meets H.P. Lovecraft in England back on Baker Street back in the early 1900s or late 1800s, Victorian England. The artwork's great, and Gaiman writes an excellent story where the royal families are these Cthulhu-looking like creatures, and he's got to investigate the murder of a Cthulian with green tentacles and green blood and like Queen Victoria actually has like Queen Victoria's torso, but like here you can see it, Queen Victoria's torso, but on a body of tentacles, and that's who the royal ruling families are. And Sherlock Holmes-ish character is really well written and is really well done. And I think Neil Gaiman does a great job in this book. I like this book a lot. And let's see. I think I covered these other books already on Monday. I'm going to do reviews of them. But I will say I got the biggest artist edition I've ever gotten. And that it's the size of that Galactus Fantastic Four book.
Mm-hmm.
This could definitely kill my laptop. This is how big this book is. It's a Vampirilla book. And let me show you a regular artist edition next to it to show you how big it is. That's how much bigger it is. You can see I'm staying well back from my laptop because I don't want to knock it over and break it, as that would happen with Nemo.
Is the thing with these artist editions, is it that the pages are printed at the size of the original artwork, like when it was drawn?
I think that's the idea, and these are complete stories.
So
in this particular book, which I really like.
As difficult as it might be, could you show just one page of the interior?
Just trying to make sure I don't take down the whole house with this book.
Wow.
Yeah.
Shit, I wish that I was a rich man, because that's beautiful.
Yeah, they are really, really some gorgeous artwork. And of course I love Vampirilla, so
I've never read. I read a couple of issues when Paul Cornell jumped on Vampirilla a few months back, but I didn't continue with that. I kind of lost track of it. But I've never read any Vampirilla before. I know that some of the big European or the English invasion writers like Ellis and my favorite Morrison, of course, wrote some issues. at some point, but I haven't read any of it. So I honestly, I'm a Vampirella virgin for all intents and purposes.
But yeah, this guy drew some of the greatest stuff in the 70s of Vampirella, and so this is pretty remarkable, and it's just huge. I really don't have a place to put it. But I also noticed we've got some questions piling up here. Just ask Ryley if he's still reading Shatterstar.
I mean, yes, I have the second issue. I believe it's the second issue in queue to be read. So I'm still reading it, but I'm behind. I really enjoyed the first issue, so I was definitely looking forward to getting to the next one. I have a question for you, though, before going into anything else. Now that we're done with November, what do you think was the most exciting release? Like, what were you the most excited? You know, omnibus, paperback, whatever the hell it was. What release, really got your blood going?
The easy answer is Colossal King Conan, because I was surprised that I got it. I had to. I'm not sure if it showed up on IST or not, because I ordered my copy through Walmart. Because I just didn't know that I could time it that well with IST. So they may or may not have gotten copies, I don't know. But that would be the kind of cheap and easy answer. The book I'm really the most excited about is Silver Surfer. I really was looking forward to this, and I really wanted to. I love Mike Allred. I think it's by Dan Slott too. Yeah, and from what I've read of Dan Slott, I like his stuff. But I'm a huge fan of Mike Allred, so I would say this is one of the books I've been looking most forward to in the second half of the year. So I'd like to read this maybe like over Christmas vacation. I don't get Christmas vacation anymore, but the Christmas holidays rather. That's the book that I was most excited for. It just came in.
I think like you said, an easy answer would be for me, the X-Men Mutant Massacre.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
easily a book that I was really anticipating, really excited about. It covers one of my favorite little periods of X-Men comics. I've talked at length about it. Omar and I have talked about it several times. I absolutely love the material in that book, so I was really excited to see Mutant Massacre with all the Aftermath stuff kind of put out. It was definitely at the top of my list. And then another one that really has me excited, and I haven't even ordered it yet. I'm saving it for first order next month. The library edition of Black Hammer.
Oh yeah,
is going to be a fantastic book. I love the series, and I cannot wait to get that in library size, because it has some really fantastic, really gorgeous artwork. And then I was really excited to get the, you mentioned Conan, so I'll go ahead and flex a little bit and mention my Power Rangers. Yeah, I was excited to get this. I've been reading this since issue 1. It's been a really good experience since then. This is the material that leads right up into the big ol' Shattered Grid storyline that wrapped up recently. Just like volume 1, this hardcover is absolutely beautiful, very well constructed, beautiful stuff. There's a ding on mine in the corner because it wasn't shipped best, but I'm not much of a complainer as long as the spine looks good to display. Yeah, for me as a fan of the Power Rangers franchise, since it was brought to the US, it really is something that I think is worth the price of admission. I'm just really bummed that IST was shorted, because I'd always rather give them my money than anyone else. But I had to resort to ulterior venues for that kind of stuff. But I'd say that November was a really solid month for releases. A lot of good stuff that came out. I'm excited. about a
Yeah.
lot of these books that I
I know a
haven't.
lot of people were excited for that Harrow County Library edition.
I have that arriving, should be tomorrow. So I've read the material, but I'm because that was Tyler Crook did the artwork. Is that the name?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Um, his art is really nice. That painted,
Yeah.
it looks like watercolor maybe that he uses as the medium. I don't know if I'm correct. I think that's what he uses, but I'm sure that's going to look really great on those
Hmm.
library-sized pages. That's why I enjoy larger volumes. Or a large part of why I enjoy larger volumes is getting to experience the artwork on a larger scale is oftentimes quite the treat.
Yeah, that is kind of the answer to your question, Warren Weaver. Are omnibuses worth the buy? Are absolutes better? That I think is kind of an individual thing. As far as value goes, I think the omnibus format is the
Hmm.
best value. You get so many copies of the book in it, and if you can get it from IST when it first goes on sale, um, it's a bargain, and they're oversized pages. And then absolutes you want to save for the really special artwork. You know, somebody like Alex Ross, Frank Quitely, things like that, and great stories. You know, like Watchmen, All Star Superman, Kingdom Come, things like that. You want to save absolutes for those kind of one and done or two and done type storylines, whereas an omnibus could you could have multiple omnibuses like for X-Men. I don't even know how many omnibus they got for X-Men.
Too many.
Too many.
Um,
Kind
I
of.
yeah, I think it's a fair question that the answer can really be given with why I started collecting omnibus. Um, for me personally, the first, and this specific book it doesn't apply to anymore, but my first omnibus and series of omnibus being Captain America by Brubaker, um, I found that first volume for like $40 or less on sale online, and I was like, okay, I can get all that material here for $40 or less, or I can buy all those smaller paperbacks and whatever. And I decided that it was more of the cost wise, it made more sense
Mm-hmm.
at that time. Of course, now it's different because that book is not available for undercover. Um, and it would be nicer looking because I didn't have, obviously I said that's my first omnibus, I didn't have any omnibus, but I did have a few oversized hardcovers, and I thought that the artwork looked really great. It was really, it felt like I was reading a book that had prestige behind it. And it felt like I was reading this, kind of, it gave it a bigger um, sense of importance or something behind
Mm-hmm.
reading it. Like it was a real experience. And so I was like, it's going to be a nicer format, it's going to come out to be less, it's going to look nicer on my shelves, it's going to present the artwork better. So that's when I jumped in, and I got that, and then I got Death of for like 30 or something like that, and then I got Cap Lives for 30 something, $40. And
Wow.
altogether, like getting those 3 volumes was way cheaper than it would have been for me to get all of the paperbacks and hardcovers.
Mm-hmm.
And it was the same for, and again, this doesn't apply now, but Astonishing X-Men I got for like 30-40 bucks, and that was cheaper than buying the 4 paperbacks at the time, like if I was to buy it through Amazon. And um, so it was just, to me, it made sense. Now comparing it to absolute editions, if, and Jess, you pretty much said it, but just to reiterate, if you're looking for value, the absolute is not absolutely going to be the answer. But if you're looking to represent this artwork in the best format you possibly can, DC provides us the best place with their absolute editions. Um, so like you said, something like All Star Superman, or like the Batman books by Loeb and Sale,
Mm-hmm.
something that has artwork presented by an artist that you absolutely adore, something like you mentioned, some Alex Ross books, Justice,
Yeah.
Kingdom Come. Those are the types of books that would definitely benefit from being on oversized pages. The only absolutes that I currently own are two series that I cannot get and so far have not been announced for omnibus editions or deluxe editions, and those are Preacher and Transmetropolitan. Preacher,
Mm.
commonly people mention, Steve Dillon's artwork does not need that size because it doesn't really benefit from being on that size. But those books are fucking beautiful. So I was willing to fork over the dosh because it's a series I love and they look beautiful. They're very well constructed. And then Transmetropolitan, which I think really benefits because of how detailed that Derek Robertson gets with
Yeah.
creating his environment and the little things that he puts everywhere. I think it really benefits from the absolute format. So those are two series that I absolutely love. Not to use the word absolute too much, but I absolutely love those two series. So I do think that they, for me, were worth investing in that format. But for other stuff, like a good example would be the Loeb Sale Batman stuff, or the Frank Miller Batman stuff, or basically any other Batman thing that has an absolute edition. I've chosen to go the route of omnibus or oversized hardcover because it makes more sense to me for my personal tastes and what I'm
Yeah.
trying to. I'm looking for more of a value on those.
And plus, I think the reading experience is so much better in a collected edition than with singles. To me now,
Yeah, a
it
lot of these stories
flows.
are
Yeah,
bringing me back.
right. You rarely get any one and done single issues anymore. You're always getting six story arcs and things like that. So I really enjoy the collected edition experience of an omnibus more
We're no
than.
longer in the Bronze Age where we had expansive, sprawling stories that are written both for single issues and to give you a
Right.
huge multi-year experience. Everything is written to be a 4-part, 5-part, 6-part storyline now, and it's very decompressed in the way that it's written, and that there's nothing inherently wrong with that. It's just really changed the way that comics are read now.
Yeah.
I say that with the wisdom of my 28 years behind me.
Now somebody's having a problem accessing the omnibuscollector.com site. Got,
Does it pop up with all that bullshit?
yeah, FBI stuff.
I think that I was told by someone else that they think it is an image that I used um, might have been removed, or the site that it was taken from might have been removed, because the images, if I'm not mistaken, I've linked them all. One way or another, it's one of the images someone told me, or a link that I provided, is making that happen. So depending on what you look, on how much of my page loads, if that image is still there, then that's why that pop-up comes up. So once and this is a good segue into something else I need to talk about. Once I conclude the second year most wanted DC omnibus ballot, I'll have uploaded enough new stuff and hopefully not choose any images that create this same issue to push that off of my front page, because I don't know which image it is, and I'm honestly too lazy to go look for it. If someone else knows, then that's awesome. But yeah, so that second annual DC omnibus most wanted blah 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 blah. So the other day, and Kemi, I'm assuming that you're still in the watching the video, because you offered to help me with this. I solicited for help because I don't have a ton of free time anymore to tally the votes, and I checked into my email account where I get those votes tallied to, the votes sent to rather, and there was significantly less ballots entered this year than there was last year. And I think that that is to fall on me. I don't want to blame anyone else and say, like, you guys didn't freaking vote. You guys didn't vote, but you didn't vote because I was not pushing it as much. I didn't present as many links. I didn't bump it. I didn't do whatever. So it falls largely on me. So, you know, I asked for help, and when I looked and saw that I didn't really have much, I was like, oh, I don't really need help because I haven't even gotten enough votes to make it worthwhile. It was like a quarter of the amount that I had last year. So, Kemi had offered me help in counting them, but I couldn't accept help for the job that didn't exist. So essentially, but another member of our group, Rick, has started to help me, and other people I believe have been sharing the link, and all that stuff. And what Rick has done is created a document, a Google Doc, so that people can input their votes, and it sends it in, and it helps us to tally it even better. And I've seen at least double the amount of votes. So I'm really happy about that. I don't know exactly when I'm going to make the new cutoff, so to say, before we announce the winners. But I'm going to make sure that in my free time in the near future, along with Rick, and if anyone else wants to help, you know, just message me or something, and we'll look at it. We'll spread the word. We'll get a ton of votes in, and then I'll make it exciting. And my goal is to hopefully not only announce the winners like I did last year in little spurts. I want to kind of stagger it to create a better anticipation, and I also want to provide commentary on these books, if not by myself, then by other people who are experts on these books. For some of y'all, you know, friends and you know, friends of the Omnibros and friends of me, to help me to describe with panache, if you will, these books and why they deserve the votes that they've gotten. You know, Jess, why does Sugar and Spike deserve a spot in the top 50?
Because Sugar and Spike was such a trenchant examination of mores and values expressed as adults, verbiage from these little 2-year-olds that acted. To grown-ups, they acted the way 2-year-olds do, but to each other, they had these very philosophical discussions that I thought were really remarkably ahead of their time, almost like Peanuts was. And just so you know, Nashvilleans, we're talking about the DC Most Wanted Omnibus poll that Ryley does. Is it 1 through 50 or 1 through 100?
So we do. I did last year the top 50.
Top 50. Okay.
And so I'll do the same this year, the top 50. Basically, people send in to what is it? DC. I'm trying to find exactly what the email is so I can announce it on here. It is DC Secret Ballot, CCRETBALLOT @gmail.com. And you can submit to there. If I don't have the link to the Google Doc available anywhere, but if you can just submit to there your top 10 in order, because number 1 gets 10 points and number 10 gets 1 point. The 10 DC omnibus that you would most like to see. Absolutes, but you can include books that have been released or have been solicited as absolute, like Swamp Thing by Alan Moore. This doesn't include Vertigo, but I decided to include stuff from Wildstorm because I don't remember what my reasoning was, but because and I will at some point I'll decide what my final date is. We'll tally the votes along with anyone, you know, friends and helpers and just gloriously generous people. And like I was just mentioning, we'll announce those winners and list them 50 to 1 over the course of hopefully a couple of days, if I can hold my own anticipation to reveal it with descriptive little blurbs about each book and what it is, why it might be deserving of that status. So last year, number one by a huge margin, like was Saga of the Swamp Thing by Alan Moore. And then under that was stuff like Batman by Grant Morrison and other things like that. So since last year, we've seen a lot of these things solicited. So I'm excited to see what changes will happen. And then it's exciting for the same reason why it's exciting for the Marvel one that Tiger Eyes does every year out of the Masterworks Forum. You get to see every year which books have since actually come to light. See what changes happen, how things fluctuate. So will Swamp Thing still win this year, even though the Absolute has been solicited? We'll have to find out. I have no idea. Maybe. A lot of people prefer Omnibus to Absolute, so it's possible it's still up there. Or will we have an upset? Will something else run up there? Maybe The Question by Danny O'Neill will bump up.
Thank you for saying that, because you reminded me that we need to give away the IST gift card tonight.
Yes. And I'm starting to get a migraine. So I'm seeing lights in my eyes, which is usually the first telltale sign. So I'm gonna leave you to run the little the dealie.
Okay.
I'm gonna go take some ibuprofen, and I'm gonna go lay down. And
then, nip that thing in the bud, dude.
So thanks for listening to my whole spiel on the DC thing. I'm excited to get it to actually happen again this year and see what the results are. So thank you everyone for listening to me. Thank you, Jess, for having me on, and thank you to our audience for thank you. You're welcome, rather. Thank you for our audience and our viewers for allowing us to do things so silly and nonsensical as doing superhero Mad Libs. That it makes my day a lot of fun to be able to just goof around with people that I consider my friends.
Yeah.
Go ahead and get on out of here, and I'll see you all around. Thank you again. And you can find me on my website, as was mentioned earlier, with the big old FBI warning pop-ups. Is theomnibuscollector.com. Soon you will start to see the DC ballot results on there. And you can check out last year's results. They're a couple pages in right now. And the Facebook group is the Omnibus Collectors Comic. Excuse me. And then my Instagram is Ryley M0, Ryley M0. I haven't posted much on there in a little bit, but I tend to post hauls and images of my books and figures and other BS. But anyway, I will go ahead and get out of here and let you give someone $50.
All right. Take care. Take care of that headache.
Yes, sir. You got it. Good night.
Good night, dude. Okay, so those of you who are remaining, patience pays off, because get your answers ready. This is a trivia question that I'm going to ask you regarding the Omnibus Collectors Network, or rather OmniBros, because I don't think it's fair for me to ask a question about the Fangirlz. They can do their own pop quiz. So about a month or 6 weeks or so ago, Ryley was showing his prowess at video gaming, but he couldn't beat a certain table in the Fantastic Four game. What was the name of that? What did we call that stream? What did he call his stream? I'm going to explain this until I get it right. What did he call his stream? Let's see. Let me see if I can say that better. And it's going to go to Omnibroslive at gmail.com. First 10 people to say, let's see, I want to make sure I say this right. Omnibroslive at gmail.com. I'm going back through the through the chat where we came up with the question, and there's about 90 paragraphs on manga between the bottom and the top. Okay, what did we call Ryley's video stream? What did we call Ryley's video stream? That's when he got on live action, showed you how he couldn't defeat the table in the Fantastic Four Game Boy game. So what did we call Ryley's video stream? And that goes to OmniBroslive@gmail.com. The first 10 will be entered into a random drawing where I randomize your names into a random number generator for the chance to win a $50 gift card at InStockTrades.com. InStockTrades.com, where you can get your collected editions up to 50% off. The heck is that noise? What in the world is that noise? Somebody's calling me somehow. But on what? No? That was weird. Okay, let me start over because I'm getting kerflummox. So, what do we call Ryley's stream when he tried to play the Fantastic Four game on Game Boy Advance? He was playing with his computer, showing the TV, and he was showing us his prowess at gaming. There was a name for that stream. What was it called? The winner gets an IST gift card worth $50. And the email address, do not put it in the chat. The email address you send the answer to is omnibroslive@gmail.com. And InStockTrades.com, where you can get your collected editions up to 50% off. Loyalty discounts add 2% to that. Every quarter, there's a code from OmniBroslive that will give you a little bit more percentage off. Over $50 in the United States gets you free shipping in the United States. Fabulous service, fabulous packaging. That's InStockTrades.com. Uh-oh. Let's see. Some people forgot it. Nash Villains was nice and just donated $2. Thank you. Let's go to the Gmail and see if anybody can tell me what it is. Oh, this question may be too hard. You know what? It looks like this question is just way too hard because I'm not getting any. I'm not getting any proper answers. This was just too obscure of a question. So I apologize, guys. Yeah, I apologize. I'll just open it up to the first 25 people to send in their names to omnibroslive@gmail.com. The answer was bootleg Twitch. And nobody could remember that, so I apologize. That question was obviously too hard. So the first 25 people to get your names into omnibroslive@gmail.com, I will do a random number generator on you, and we will pull your name out of the random number generator. If you've already won, please don't enter. Give somebody else a chance. And you can do this internationally. It'll be up to you to figure out how to do the shipping with IST, but they do ship internationally. And this is for a $50 gift card to InStockTrades.com. So let's start over. OmniBrosLive@gmail.com. The first 25 names I will throw into a random number generator. The answer was bootleg Twitch, which is way too obscure of a question. That answer was just way too hard. So I apologize. Jess, is Day Tripper worth it? Is it good? Warren Weaver, I just read that book for the 4th time about 2 months ago. It is one of my favorite books. I love Day Tripper. It is an emotional gut punch of a book that is so solid. It is an amazing book. It is very much worth it. No matter how you want to get it, you can get it in absolute form. I think it's coming out soon. I have it in deluxe form, somewhere right around here. Yeah, there's the deluxe version. The art is beautiful. The writing's beautiful. Day Tripper, I got an error on the email. Okay, now what problem is this? Inbox. Okay. Andrew Zachariah, cut it out. I know you've already won before. Okay, we're getting Raf. You are entered. It says your name, Raf, and it says IST. And yeah, everybody's. I see Raf. It's omnibroslive@gmail.com. So let's see. Yeah, let's see. I have less than 25. If you guys want to start sending things in, send your names in. But maybe we only have 25 viewers now. I'm doing like 4 different things at once, so I can't quite keep it up. Charlie Rogers, I did get yours. Yeah, it looks like we've got everybody. So let me go to a different website and get the random number generator. Whoops, I don't want to. Yeah, there we go. Random number generator. There we go. And we'll do 1 and 25. Generate number. Doink is number 10. Okay. So I go back to this and we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Charlie Rogers. Charlie Rogers, you are the winner of the $50 In Stock Trades gift card. My question to you is, this email address that is associated with your name here, is that also the email address that you use for IST orders? Because that's what we send into them. That's how they know it's you, through the IST, through your email. They will find out. That's how they credit you, by giving it to your email account. So tell me if that is the proper email address, Charlie Rogers. And congratulations. Near condition, you didn't send in your you didn't send any email in, so how could I have picked you? We did not have a deal. You forgot to send in your name. Otherwise, I would have picked you. So congratulations to Charlie. And thank you guys for hanging in there with the episode where we did Mad Libs. We talked about various things, talked about the topics. We talked about what we read, what Ryley's read, and that was not the topic, Omar. That most sincerely was not the topic. Nobody thinks that, you spud. So, InStockTrades.com. Go there for all your collected edition needs. Thank you for watching. Thank you to those of you who haven't subscribed yet. Please subscribe. We've got our 2,000 subscriber giveaway that we're organizing right now. We're going to be giving away several nice books and even some albums. So make sure you subscribe to be entered into that. And please hit the like button. Near mid condition, you shouldn't be typing. You should be on the show with me now. Instead, you're drinking bourbon and cranberry juice with your Girl Scouts. Good heavens. Okay. So, everybody, thank you for tuning in tonight. Peace and love. Peace and love. Congratulations to Charlie Rogers. He's the winner of the In-Stock Trades gift card. And this is Omnidog saying Omnidog at Omnidog's Vault at YouTube and Omnidogs _, whatever that thing is, Omnidogs _vault at Instagram, Omnidogs Vault on YouTube. It's some kind of Omnidogs Vault. It's the end of the night. I'm wiped out. Okay, thank you. I appreciate your patience. Peace and love. Peace and love.